Have you ever wondered how professions in Dragon Age would work? Probably have, it's not that foreign of a concept after all. But why haven't they included it in the games? And how could it look like if they did? First off, they have been included in past games. Kinda. Inquisition being the most prominent example, where you were able to craft armor, weapons, and all sorts of other things for you and your companions. But it wasn't a profession, it was merely crafting. While it was a nice touch, it felt rather bare bones, along the lines of we got some spare time, throw it in, I suppose. In Origins, you were able to level up some skills that would be classified as professions. Herbalism and poison making were in the base game, and with Awakening came the addition of rune crafting. What irks me about it all is that you're dependent on the profession of other people, but lore-wise it makes sense to some extent. In Origins you were able to mix together some small things like potions, poisons or poultices with things that you can find in the wild. You wouldn't have had the time to learn how to forge your own swords or weave chainmail. After all, you kinda had a country to save and a blight to defeat. In DA2 you technically would have had the time to learn it, but also not really, since you were pulled into everything that went down in that city at any given point. Also, you probably would have summoned a rage demon while firing your sword, let's be honest here. In Inquisition you were leading a world power against a giant hole in the sky, and again, simply didn't have the time to occupy yourself with how to sew a rope or turn a staff. You had people that could do all of that for you, you just had to tell them what you wanted done. But now imagine if there wasn't a world-threatening crisis, at least not one you're aware of, and if you weren't the leader of a powerful organization. That's what this video is about. Imagining how actual professions could be implemented into the next Dragon Age game. I know none of that will make it in the game, but it's still fun to speculate. During your travels in northern Thedas, you will undoubtedly require arms, weapons, legs, armor, potions and such, and with you possibly not having the entire wealth of a nation behind you, you must choose where to spend your money, because crafting commissions are expensive. Or you can sign on as an apprentice with a master of a trade. You may choose one of the following: Blacksmith, allowing you to craft heavy armor and their upgrades. Weaponsmith, allowing you to craft melee weapons and their upgrades. Alchemist, allowing you to create potions, poisons and poultices. Tailor, allowing you to craft light armor and their upgrades. Leatherworker, allowing you to craft medium armor and their upgrades. Carpenter, allowing you to craft bows, staffs, shields and their upgrades. Arcanist, allowing you to craft runes and other magical items. Whichever you may choose, you must sign on as a lowly apprentice, which will start a journey spanning many quest lines, from making your very first creation to fulfilling customer orders, and will conclude with you having to create a masterwork of your craft to be recognized as a professional. Of course, your master will recognize your skill as an adventurer, so while you may have to run the occasional errand, you will also be sent out into the world in search of rare materials that will aid you and your profession to prosper. Naturally, you may only master one profession. If you, for example, became a weaponsmith and find yourself in need of a new armor, you must look for a professional in the craft you require. Your companions will also join you with a profession already learned. However, they will not be able to master a craft, and as such can only provide lesser quality items compared to those that a true artisan would make. Splitting the professions like this will force you to think about what you prioritize for you and your companions. Do you prefer offense, and as such need higher quality weapons rather than armor? Will you have your arms and armor crafted by a merchant, but enhance them with runes and magical properties yourself? Or will you provide your party with potions and poisons for the fights ahead? The choice is yours, but choose carefully.